Chemistry student here at St. Cloud State University, and I'm looking forward to my research trip from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Kolkata, India, where I'll be going to the Indian Institute of Science Education Research. I'll be working with Dr. D, who is the head of the polymer nanomaterials research over there, and I'm going to be working with those graduate students who is going to be mentoring me through the analytical and synthesis process. I had heard about this wonderful opportunity to go overseas from both an email sent out to the chemistry students from Dr. Latha Ramakrishnan. I've also heard about it from my physical chemistry professor, Dr. Sarah Petito, who re-announced it to the class one morning. And while I initially had some minor issues with going on this trip and studying abroad, Dr. Sarah Petito said, "Oh, you shouldn't really be an issue. If you really want to go, you should go." I got the right encouragement from my professors, and I went for it. I applied, and I was very fortunate to be accepted, and now I'm looking forward to this really exciting trip. Well, one issue that I have is when I'm comfortable, I don't really want to work, and one of the reasons why I moved up to Minnesota was because it's away from home and my work ethic has increased substantially. But I'm starting to get comfortable. Going over there to India, I'll be able to once again get out of my comfort zone, go to a place I've never been to before in an environment that I'm expecting to be a total 180 from what I'm used to over here. And I'll be put to the crucible, so to speak, and learn the tools of research that I'll need when I come back over here. I feel that over there I'll really learn what it means to conduct research, so that when I start my research in the fall up here in St. Cloud State University, I'll be ready to go. I would be very much interested in working abroad after college. I don't expect that I will due to certain circumstances in my life right now, but it could happen. I would really love to go abroad, learn different cultures, work in an environment that I'm not used to, experience what the international students that are on campus experience and the people that I work with who are from international origins experience in leaving their comfort zone to work abroad in a new culture, in a new environment. It wouldn't really matter to me if it was in Europe or Asia. It would just be a fun experience, I would think, to get out of my shell and experience something new. I'm excited about going to India because, for one, I've never left the country, but before this, India has only been a place that I've read about in the newspapers, read in textbooks, and heard about in world civilizations and geography class. It'll be good to get out there and finally see the artwork up close and personal rather than in a picture, experience the people, look at the architecture, see the flora and fauna. And what I expect when I go over there is I'm expecting that, well, I'll be about a week in Delhi. I'll be expecting that it'll be a very busy place, a lot busier than Minneapolis or Cincinnati is here in the States. I'll also expect that in the more jungle regions of Kolkata, that I'll expect the people be a little bit different over there, not quite so busy and bustling, but perhaps more laid back. And since I'll be in a research institution, probably more be like how it is here at St. Cloud State University, more centered about learning and advancing science and what we already know. Well, the lab work entails polymer nanomaterials, which are charged polymers that are going to be synthesized and used to neutralize the negative charge on silencing RNA. And I've never done research before, but what's really cool about this is that I'll be, for once, actually be able to be a part of polymer synthesis, which I've never experienced firsthand. I've only ever heard about it in seminars and read about. I expect that the instrumentation I'll be using for analysis of the nanomaterials to be a little bit difficult. I've never used AFM or DLS or NMR before. I've used IR here on campus. But then again, that's the fun of the challenge, is learning the new instrumentation and how it works and how to incorporate that into future research back here on campus. Whenever I'm doing any other research here, I'll be able to carry that on to the future to employers who really look at use of AFM and NMR and IR as something really important. What's cool too is I've also done a little bit reading into DLS, and what's cool about that is it actually looks at a Brownian motion of the polymers in solution, so then you can kind of match to see perhaps the thickness or how concentrated it is, but it almost seems very similar to spectroscopy, which is something I'm very comfortable with. One of my greatest fears is working with people. And that's ironic because I'm going over to work with people. But then again, you don't really grow unless you face your fears. I expect that not just when I'm over there, but my trip itself, dealing with immigration and going from airport to airport, I'm going to have to be dealing with a lot of security, a lot of different service personnel, and you never really know what to expect when you're working with people. However, while that's my biggest anxiety, I'm also partially worried about perhaps losing luggage or saying the wrong thing when I'm over there, or doing the wrong kind of action that might not be seen as acceptable over there. Like, you don't know if being overly excitable as a person is perhaps seen as something that's frowned upon. But then again, that is the fun of going to work with new people, is you just never know what to expect. I expect what I'll learn in India and working in that research lab under Dr. D and working with Dr. Latha Ramakrishnan. I expect that I'll not only gain good research experience and good analytical research experience which would be good enough, but at the same time I'll also learn better people skills with researchers from international origins rather than just American, other people from the States that I'm so used to working with right now. In the field, out there in the career field, it's becoming more international based in the science, in any career in science, and it'll be invaluable being able to work with multiple people from multiple different countries. From what I've noticed, most people that attend any American institution, or maybe even any institution worldwide, is they like to go to a place that's close to home and the place they're comfortable with. People don't like to make big leaps into places or situations they don't really know too much about. I expect that it would be very valuable for anybody at any institution anywhere in the world to go out there and study abroad, because you're going out of your comfort shell and you're not going to have too many friends or family there, none at all, and you're going to have to work really hard in order to adapt to the new environment. But at the same time, you're going to learn some things that are going to be very valuable in the future. You're going to learn how to deal with people. You're going to learn how to deal with unique administration, which is always valuable no matter where you are, and you're going to learn how to adapt. You're going to be a very adaptable person. You're going to learn how to, in any work environment or any place in the world, you're going to be comfortable with, oh, well, there's a problem here, but I'm going to be able to fix it because I feel like I've been here before or in a similar situation. The more life experience you have in confronting challenges and any kind of issues, the better